one game to nothing. A very, very interesting game there, to say the least, in the game number one. Ended up being a pretty longer one. Almost seemed like Mint, well, they definitely had advantages, despite what the stats were even saying earlier, or later on in the game. But in the end, Sync came through and victorious there. So Haxrin is back, as mentioned. So we got their carry back and back to their same roles as expected, I'm sure. Mint, once again, still playing with Hugo Bick here in place of Denver Pro. But I'm joined by Shortcon as my co-caster. So here we are in our second game now of this series. We got Sandwraith, Warbeast, Wild Soul, and Ophelia bans. And then there's Behemoth first pick. So a little bit of reaction to the first game. Warbeast and Wild Soul both being banned this time around, actually. Instead of Self-Force, I want to say, is one of the heroes that comes to mind. So I'm expecting to see at least him here in this series.
What?
A Lord Self-Force here, so.
If you ask me.
Okay,
Yeah.
they go Moira.
I was slapped not wanting to play his favorite hero, it seems.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have to realize that Mint don't have a jungler right now. So, in that regard, yeah, it's going to be difficult.
Mm-hmm. And another one.
Yeah,
Yet,
Boom,
so.
by the way, confirmed best player in competitive. He has 100% win.
Well, tied with me.
Tied with you.
I have 100% win too, yeah.
Okay, well, then we have two very great players in the haunt scene.
If he knows what's good for him, he'll just retire on top like I did. And
Mm-hmm.
just be able
Exactly.
to say that, so. Yeah, no, it's fun to watch him. Again, he seems like he's a pretty solid player in the TMM scene, so I'd like to see him more competitive play.
But we have Riptide
yeah.
picked up for a different guy. I'm not too sure about that hero anymore. I mean, it just falls off so heavily in the mid game, after the mid game.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he really has to do a lot of work with the hero in the early game. And if he doesn't, well, rip.
Yeah.
Riptide, get it.
After his rework, he really did splash onto the scene pretty strongly, but you know, he definitely died off pretty quickly at the same time. So
You know, a hero that we haven't seen splash onto the scene for a while, Myrmidon. Great summer support.
There's reason for that. Oh,
Ooh.
Salamon coming out. Self-Force third pick, but then Salamon coming out from Fresh. So
Arachnoban incoming from Mint.
yeah, I guess that could be possible. I honestly expected him to just be Gentleman's Band. They've been doing that a bit here lately, so. But I guess,
Yeah, Probusk, no gentleman.
you know, again, I made my point on that. I love seeing it picked up. I mean, it's in the game. It's not banned by tournament rules. It's allowed. So if Mint wants to play it, then they should play it. And they
Although
are here.
I thought, you know, Reason was going to pick it up more, seeing as, you know, being very efficient and all, usually, in Baboy. You know, why not get more gold per hero, per creep kill?
Yeah, the Evil Corporation over there, yeah.
Yeah. German efficiency, as they call it, right?
Yeah, good at that. So
Yeah.
we haven't seen Boy play it, I don't think, and that is kind of weird. He's like the one that we haven't really seen him play. But talking about getting demonic last game or something. To be fair, I was the one that mentioned that, but
Yeah, but I mean, it's still just like a great item for the attack speed and the negative armor as well for the enemy team.
yeah. I mean, I still think there's logic to it. I think that's a little extreme by him to suggest that it was completely useless. Not to mention there's other heroes on the team but the one with a Harkon, so. But hey, everyone has their own opinion on that. The bands following, we got Magebane, Deadlift, Silhouette, and Fade coming out right here. So one more on either side, and then we'll be good to go here. These players like listen to the cast while they're playing or something?
Yeah, like, I don't know, man.
Jeez. You're getting some constructive feedback here. Is how I'll put it. All right, we got Fade and then Rhapsody was the final band. So, what was the first band? Then I missed it. I said Magebane first. Magnus was the first one. Okay. So, not both teams. Legion team still needs a support here. They are right-clicking that Andromeda. Also needing the carry as well. Oh, they swap it up to a Luna there at the last second. So we'll go with that. Fresh, on the other hand, they have Moira, and they are going to go Empath. I was going to say, probably should expect to see a double support again, and they sure enough do here. This time, though, Moira, more likely, it's better to be able to get that farm and being able to get that portal key looking good. And they snapping Nitro. Wow, what a finish here.
Yes.
We got Corrupted was quickly picked by Sync, by the way. So that's what they consider to be good against Salomon, I guess. Or
yeah.
Maybe they just want to finish it early or something, or I don't know. But yeah, why would they go Corrupted, do you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's because the drain, the conduit, is that really good against Salomon? Is that like...
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't really seen it work so far because he just does so much burst.
Yeah. That's what I'm wondering. It doesn't seem like it's like the obvious counter to a Salomon by any means. If anything, you said Arachna with the spider sting. In fact, Arachna was banned, right? Let me double check that.
Nitro and Salomon, can we believe?
Arachna was not banned, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean they last picked Nitro, so yeah.
But even against Salomon, you mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting to me. That, but the way they snap picked, the way they snap picked Corrupted Disciple, it's clear that they have like they're confident with that again, especially against Salomon is what you'd have to think. So, Jesus Christ, what is going on here? All right. Let's just try to keep it to.
I'm loving the
cast here.
I mean, it's whatever. It happens every single time I say anything. So
I know.
at this point,
Players can be a little sensitive sometimes.
yeah.
So they're gonna run Nitro in the long lane with Empath, and they got Riptide mid. Also, it's gonna be your classic 2-1-2 setup. It looks like down
Classic.
here.
Yeah.
Classic.
It's been a while. I mean, it was guys from Revolution, I think, playing it the most with what was it, Blitz Myrmidon dual lane, long lane.
Yeah, I definitely remember those days when they were first breaking onto the scene. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, they brought some great aggression and everything.
But Nitro being played by Sasuke here, again, I've heard about this potential. Now, this isn't really Suicide, obviously. He does have a support with him. But this idea, I guess, even more so of a long lane Nitro and how it can be pretty effective for the obvious reason that he can kind of sit back and do that long-range damage to be able to harass and maybe even get some last hits here. So, but they're going to man up against Moraxis, so you would think that Nitro should have a pretty good time. But look at how the Legion team is landing, though. How about that? They send North South Force middle. And then we got Tri-Lane top.
Slapped doing the trash talk. It's like the all chat is just way too much this game already.
Yeah, let's just try to focus on the cast here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got South Force. Yeah, he's not even jungling. Slaps, he's decided to be in the lane and then the Tri-Lane top. So these are really just funky lanes across the board here.
Yeah, but it's a great way to, trick your opponent into thinking you're going to be jungling, especially, Zlapt having the hero. And, I mean, it's a great jungler, but honestly, it's also a great mid. Versus Riptide, it can be kind of a struggle just because he hits so hard, but, he does have the ability to burst him down with the Q and ultimate later on in the game. But Mickey should not be having a great time this game. I mean, as Nitro, you don't get tower aggro, and Moraxis can't even get aggro off of Mauser. So he could just send that out there and, prevent Moraxis from really getting lane control back.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of saw right there. Having difficult. Yep, go ahead, though.
And at this point, I mean, Moraxis should stay level 3.
Okay.
Just because Nitro can always help his support harass, but at the moment, they're a little bit skeptical, I think. They're not really too certain that they have that freedom, but yeah.
Yeah, I wonder.
No shield on Moraxis, you know?
I wonder if they're really confident in terms of where these other supports are, because they have been kind of hiding a little bit up here at the top lane. In fact, look at this yellow camp up here by Salomon and Moira. Behemoth is nearby with Aluna, though. They're going to find them and actually going to maybe steal some creeps, but also possibly get a kill right here.
Might get the kill. Power throw is going to miss, but
He's
here's
dead.
Force.
That's a bloodlust kill. Serenia credit for it on a Probusk right there. Mora's going to stun Behemoth at least. Trying to keep on running, but that Fissure just off mana coming back up, and now Hugo Bick, he's also going to go down. So ends up being 2 kills right there for Sync Esports. And they steal the remaining farm there in the yellow camp. So, you know, we've seen it so many times, I feel like, and we've talked about it before, how trying to man up against a Salamon and really lock him down from farm, it almost seems like it never really works out because he always just gets it in the end. But this is a great start for Sync. I mean, they really are keeping Probusk in check right here. And they're going to dive again. As I say this, that conduit's up. Oh, the electric time misses, though. Will it matter?
Well played from Salamon. I mean, he isn't doing any damage, but he's trying to escape. Yugobik is here. He's going to try and stun, but...
too late.
Aluna, though.
A little too late. Aluna's going to be fine in the end. So that's another death on Probusk. Under 100 gold per minute. That is such... I got a screenshot of this. That is such an odd sight here on Salamon.
That is a sight, yeah.
But
and I mean, now the empath is moving up, and I mean, it's the right choice. They need to really secure the levels, at least for Salamon, because at level 6 he'll still be able to do whatever he wants to. And I mean, in all honesty, Nitro should beat the Meraxes.
that's what I was wondering, yeah, because again, the idea of a Suicide Nitro, like I said, I've heard about this concept before, but because it's just simply that range, especially in a 1 versus 1 here, and in melee for that matter, yeah, you'd figure he'd be able to do decent. So, yeah, this rotation, that's what I was going to ask, you know, what should they do here? Well, this kind of makes sense. Send the supports up top. Middle lane, they're trying to get a kill on the Self-Force. Now, Self-Force is manning up right here. He doesn't know the supports are coming, though. But Behemoth is also here. However, the stun at the last second from Moya just in time. Down goes Lord Self-Force. And Behemoth, he's going to be walled off, but not enough of a wall in the end unless...
Riptide using Mario Party.
Not enough life right there to go in. He's going to go bottom.
Oh, what a regen rune, though.
Oh, that's why. Okay. I'll just pick that up.
They do have vision of it and everything, so this is a great chance for them to kill Mika, actually, because he should not know.
Yeah, Riptide's invis, remember, in the water right there, so. But,
and no, he doesn't even seem there.
That's
or
true.
Did he?
Maybe he didn't, but it's just not worth the time, he says, and wants to go back middle instead. So, at least they do get the 1 kill that they got on Lord Self-Force. Good news there for Mint, of course. And, man, the GPM charts are something. This is interesting because you got Riptide and Nitro, actually, are both on top of the charts. And then it drastically falls off after that with Salamon. So, but that's the thing. Again, Salamon, it's almost, no matter how much you try to lock him down, it seems like he's going to eventually get the farm because of that wish for wealth, because of how he works. Are you expecting that here? Is this a game where he should be fine recovering?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be given space by the Riptide and the Nitro, or, well, to be honest, the Nitro can give space, but, I mean, I think you'd prefer farming on him as well, but, anyways, like, Salamon is going to need space, and whether Nitro is going to be able to do that, that's a whole nother matter entirely.
Yeah.
Corrupt Disciple, though, is getting chased down, but Behemoth is going to save him.
Going to be able to block and save the day, but Lord Self-Force obviously dying again in the middle lane here. Funny lever credit for it. You see Riptide, of course, sure, big source of the damage, but the 2 players collapse in and pick up another kill onto Zlap there, so Zlap falling under the 300 gold per minute mark now, and Riptide just getting further ahead. So Riptide, another interesting hero when it comes to item build too, and what we should expect. You know what, but I actually want to talk about Nitro, because he's even more interesting in my mind, especially playing this role. Again, he's not the true carry this game. Obviously, you'd figure that's going to be Salamon here, despite the slow start even. But so what do you go if you're Nitro? Does that kind of change your build, you think? Or is it more just maybe like an Elder, a Shieldbreaker? What should we expect?
I mean, I think Elder Shieldbreaker is just really, really awesome on him right now, but you know, this being a competitive match, and the players usually are a little bit more heads up about, you know, the build that they should go versus a Nitro. For example, Void is going to do a lot of work. Oh, Morax is down.
Yep. We see a bit of the damage there too from Nitro, but obviously Riptide coming in and helping to easily secure it. And is he going top, by the way? No, he's porting back to base. Okay. Because the fight could be breaking out up top lane, actually. Behemoth trying to get in range for a stun. You see South Forest cuts off Moira, though. That fissure should secure it. Yep, power throw really not even necessary. I'm sure the Undying actually would have had it anyways, but just in case.
I do get the feeling that Nitro can carry this game with Riptide, though.
Yeah.
If Legion team is not careful, because they're using so much to try and shut down, you know, the Salamon, and what we've been saying is he always recovers. Every single time. So if Nitro can win some fights with going that Elder, going for that shield breaker, they're golden. Then I think the Hellborn team really has a good chance this game because they have so much late game in comparison to the Legion side.
Yeah. Yeah, and 350 gold per minute just about for Sasuke right here. You know, he's definitely doing his part to make that the case. Salamon going to activate his ultimate because he kind of had to here and actually go for a turn kill. And he's going to get it onto Aluna.
Okay, well, like Flaming Cleave, even now, it does 300 plus 50% of your attack damage. So, alright, you know, it does damage regardless of him having damage.
Yeah.
Like with the Corrupted Disciple, so I'm not even sure it's that great. And nice wall. Is it going to be a kill, though?
Wow, they're going in. They're really diving. Now, Salamon, again, he can't really do much, especially with that fissure stun coming out, though. And now Riptide's actually in a lot of trouble. He does have his ulti, you're right. He's always going to run away, actually. I thought he might have gone for the turn. But he is going to play safe.
He didn't have any damage, though.
Okay.
Any auto attack damage. And
Meanwhile,
I mean, he managed to dodge a power throw.
Oh, South Forest chasing him past the tower and gets the kill.
That really comes as a surprise to me that Nitro manages to get killed in that fashion. Oh, and he's going to man up.
Oh.
Like, Riptide will get destroyed there if he tries anything.
South Forest a little too deadly for that, with that life tap especially.
In those 1v1 situations, at least. Simply because of his Dark Lord's presence. Even though it doesn't seem like a lot, it's like... What is it? How much damage does it do right now? It's level 2, and it's up to 33 damage, with a minimum of 15. So it's like... It's almost a mock on you constantly. And of course, when it's leveled up more, it's more than a mock.
And then stealing the health regeneration as well. Like, it's like a double whammy right there. So.
They are going to get the Nanai, I think. Yeah, so that was a good port. And actually, they might go for a kill on Corrupt Disciple. Wow, he went up really far.
He is going to die right here, you think. There we go. Nitro finishes him off. Behemoth having to fall back. Can't actually chase further. It does throw out a fissure. You see the double damage on Lord South Forest. Oh, the nuke almost enough to finish up Empath, but not in the end. It's Morax
is even ulting.
Pops his Matrax. I don't know if he felt like he needed to there, or if that was just maybe they tried to make a play, but ended up wasting it in the end, whatever it was.
They should really stack Ancients, though, on the Hellborn side, simply because Nitro can take them without having a farming item. He can take them at level 9. Like, his Ballistic will hit through all of, like, 5 targets, pretty much, and it's enough to secure kills.
Yeah, again, we've
secure the Ancients, I mean.
The few times we've seen this Nitro hero, it is pretty impressive, the damage, especially once he gets that ultimate, working out the heat rounds on the heroes at least. Pretty solid stuff, so.
Yeah, I do think he's going to have mana issues this game, though. He only has a power supply and a Ring of the Teacher, and honestly, that's really not enough. It could be different if he goes for something like a Dawnbringer, but then, you know, he won't be doing any damage in comparison to the Shieldbreaker build.
Could you argue, like, getting like a Grave Locket or something? Like, is that something
it's not enough.
That's just not even enough.
Yeah, with every level, the mana cost of Ballistic increases. Of your hero, that is. So it's not even, you know, up to... It's not even up to the ability itself. It's just the more levels you get. So at 25, it costs like 30 mana, 25 mana a hit or something, a shot. And I mean, a Grave Locket, okay, well, let's see how much intelligence. 7 intelligence plus 2.
Top lane, by the way, we could have a fight breaking out right here. Moira coming in with the illusion, stuns both. That's at least a Luna dead. Possibly more. Nice wall to Corrupted. Here comes a Mario Party. Oh, he hit, though, in the background into Luna. So he gets the kill, but now Corrupted Disciple, he is still in a lot of trouble, however. That ultimate from Salamon does get the kill. Lord South Force in the front lines, but he's going to drop quickly. And a double tap for Different Guy there. Well played by Mint actually responding to it, and especially killing Zlapt. I mean, the top 3 farmers in the game after that fight all belong to Fresh right now. As Salamon, lo and behold, he's recovered, and he is now just about top in the game here.
And he's going to have his sword of the high soon. Like, Mach is just too good this game, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Just get more of that AoE damage, and Nitro does look to be going for either a Nullstone or a Staff of the Master. And I'd say Nullstone. Go Nullstone. Versus, like, a Luna shouldn't even be able to get in range to cancel the Nullstone, and then on top of that, only Sulfuras and CD can cancel the Nullstone. So those are 2 really strong abilities that it can counter.
Yeah. No, the conduit, yeah, being able to prevent that is definitely a pretty big deal, I would think. And now, my only argument for the staff could be that as a first item, it does seem a little odd, but the only argument to be made is that, again, he's not the sole carry, like, he's not even the priority carry here, as Salamon is. So, is it with that idea, if you're looking for him to be more of that just big damage, burst damage dealer up front, perhaps, not necessarily the hard carry into the late game, I think a staff could be somewhat relevant, but yeah, I mean, the Nullstone also does make a lot of sense and probably would be more expected. In fact, that would help even more with that, those mana issues as you were talking about. The region on top of that. So, yeah, we'll see what he does go for in the end. But yeah, sort of the high finished on, picked up even on Probusk. So just like that, 410 gold per minute now. And so the race has begun. So if you're Sync here, now, so this is where Corrupted is that really interesting pick, and I know it especially was before the Nitro, but looking at these makeups, these teams here, I don't know, I guess you could argue that Corrupted's pretty good in the late game as well, but it seems like the Hellborn team has the advantage when it comes to this being a drawn-out game at least. So that kind of brings to the point, if you're Sync, you know, things kind of need to start clicking for you here sooner than later. Corrupted really feels like one of those mid-game carries. You got to shine at, so.
And I do think that at the moment, Riptide is really strong, but I mean, we've already said he's going to fall off. He's not going to be as effective later on in the game. And actually, Riptide is going in.
They're going to catch a couple of heroes, including a Luna who dies right there. Mana Burn on the Meraxis. The Sunder even. The Arcane Vortex catches a couple too. There's the ultimate form from Salamon. So the conduit's on him, but you see the ultimate form comes out, so he's still able to provide something, including a big stun on 3 heroes. The ultimate to come out of it. Look at the Legion team just melt away. They kill Salamon, but at what cost right here? It's going to be a cleanup genocide. Unless Lord Selfworth, nope, there's no way. A hat trick for Sasuke right there in the midst of it. A genocide for Fresh in the end. So again, they kill Salamon, but yeah, that was a huge stun by Probusk there. On the 3 heroes.
How many times have I said Nitro? By the way, Nitro, Nitro, Nitro. Strong hero. Let's go.
It's pretty good.
I love how Mint is running it as a semi-carry rather than as the main carry. Just because, like, you can place him in the suicide lane and he'll still do great. You can place him in the mid lane, he'll do fantastic. Just, you really do not need to secure farm on him because he's going to get it anyways. Okay, he might die now, though. Oh,
boy. Yeah, you got to be careful with that Mauser sometimes. Now, Riptide's one that might die, actually, is trying to run away here, but in the end, staying around a little too long. They really wanted that tower kill. Obviously did not work. Oh! Okay, that was Empath. I was like, did Nitro also die there? But no, that was Empath that got picked off, too. He was inside, so that's something else, too, that, you know, Empath, an interesting support to have this game, but, yeah, especially inside Nitro, it allows him to use the Ballistic that much more quickly.
And that much more damage
and
as well.
And it does even more damage on top of that, yeah. So that's actually a really good synergy there. I like the Empath pick the more I'm thinking about it.
I really like just the fact that they have a Moira and an Empath, though, because Moira just does so much to protect them. And in this game, I'd say it's not necessary for them to have you know, that semi-support look seeming heroes, stuff like that, simply because, oh, what is Sleska doing?
Well, they're going to catch Nitro right there, and here comes the Arcane Vortex, but yeah, I don't know if he's getting away from this. He's going to pop the evasion, and now here possible turn. There is the Riptide. Salamon's not here yet. He doesn't have ultimate, actually, for 20 more seconds. He is porting in, though, I believe. Yes, he will join them now, and so you see Sync kind of scattering away. Luna, uh-oh. Well, he kind of distracted them, I guess, if anything. And is the sacrificial lamb there, but
Meraxis is going to get away as well.
Okay. Yeah,
he was playing a bit risky, but It was fine in the end. Oh, this left might be in some trouble though. Nope. I'm just watching the Nitro the entire time.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, he's got 100 till his nullstone, so you know he is deciding to go for that. And yeah, it fixes the mana problems.
Again, I've been watching a little bit too, and it is kind of interesting to watch. There's always like a new hero like this, and he hasn't been using Mauser a whole lot. I feel like he's really been kind of just keeping his own gun here, without using.
Yeah.
Obviously, the downside is that you don't have the extra added range, but the big upside is you have the extra mobility here. I'm not having to worry about Mauser being out.
When playing this past the laning phase, it's pretty much just Self-Force and Moraxis.
Moraxis jumping in, trying to make a turn kill happen, but Nitro is here with Empath. So again, the damage starting to add up. Now he's having a little bit of trouble here. I mean, he actually has Mauser out, so yeah, he's in a bad spot right here. He is going to be able to go away, though, and now here comes more support, Mora included. Look at Corrupted Disciple, that damage from Nitro. Almost gets the kill. But yeah, I was almost a little worried for Nitro there for a second, but no, he's good.
But I mean, you saw what happened there. Mauser being out was just, it was almost enough to get him killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mauser's almost like a nuisance more so than a helper in some cases.
But I mean, there it helped out hugely because he went from, you know, half-life to almost full life by just sending Mauser back. Even with the self-ulti on him.
Was that what okay, that's why his life jumped up like that? Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because he just heals up. And it goes through self-ulti as well.
It's one of those where it just static gives you the life. Yeah, so it's not actually considered a heal. Talked about that the other day. So, got already a Shrunken now follow-up on Salamon. So, he's, again, the race is on. There's a Shrunken on. Riptide talked about the Nullstone of Nitro, who's now doing these Ancients over here, with Empath assisting even, so. You see the Legion side, so not to get too caught up here on Mint, as Sync does have maybe a couple of positives. But, I mean, the lead overall right now is definitely for Mint. Okay, yeah, he does have the portal key.
Yeah. They have portal key, and on top of it all, they have a Shrunken soon on Hexen as well. Not sure how much that's going to honestly help him, though, seeing as, Solomon is a lot of physical and magical. He's a lot of both. And then Nitro is purely physical. So really I want to see Voids being picked up by some of the Legion heroes, or even barbed armor.
I think I just saw Glowstone, yeah, Glowstone purchased by Nitro, so he is kind of just looking to go that idea of staff, and which...
Shieldbreaker is so good, though, this game.
Yeah.
It really is, like... Imagine level 3 Shieldbreaker versus this Self-Force. He has less than 0 armor. Corrupt Disciple doesn't even have that much armor. 9.4 at this point.
But again, at the same time, he is not the priority carry here, though, necessarily like the big priority damage dealer, rather. I mean, I guess he kind of is the big damage dealer, you could say, because it is Nitro after all, but... You know, when it comes to priority carry, you know, that's why it makes sense to me, because he's not playing that carry role. So the idea of getting the more AoE damage-centric build and being more of that team fighter in the end kind of does make sense to me. I see where he's coming from, so. But I will say they don't have a big, like, pull in AoE. I guess the Arcane Vortex is going to be good, but they do catch Nitro here initially. He's going to have to pop the evasion. Will it be enough to survive? He pulls the pet out, and now it's giving them an extra range. Moraxis just melts. Salamon also jumps in with that ulti form. Corrupted Disciple, he's having to run. The conduit's up, but it just doesn't matter, you can tell. He's going to eventually fall right here. One more auto attack, and down he goes. And Luna trying to power throw, snipe out a kill. Well, not going to happen, though, unfortunately. Riptide and Salamon. Well, Salamon did die, actually. Wow. Didn't even expect that. As Lord Self-Force going back in for a turn. He misses, though. And Nitro gets the kill. Slap trying to make a huge play right there. And unfortunately just missed. So another genocide. I did not pick up on Self-Force actually getting picked off there in the background.
Or
Salamon, I should say. But yeah, still being a genocide, and again, Nitro a big part of that for sure.
And did you see the damage he's doing with just Ghost Marchers? Only Ghost Marchers give him damage.
Well,
it's
so does, doesn't it?
10
damage, yeah.
10 damage. Okay, yeah, a little bit of damage. A little bit of damage, but it's fantastic how much the hero does. And why aren't people picking him?
Yeah.
He's 700 from staff now, so... He is going to be very tanky.
He's going to be very tanky as well as dealing even more damage when it comes to these team fights. So, yeah, that is a big threat. And then, of course, yeah, killing Salamon was good for Sync, but knowing that he is, again, one step closer now to a Restoration Stone as well. He's got the Sustainer. Corrupted Disciple does have a Shrunken Head picked up.
Here comes Mario Party from Riptide.
As we're saying that, though, they're going to collapse onto him. The auto attack starting with the Ballistics. Moraxis will drop Nitro in the background, but he just pops evasion again, has a team support, and now Moraxis the one that is in trouble all of a sudden. As there's a jump from Behemoth, though, the Shockwave, but the Arcane Vortex comes out in time. Will stall the kill on a Nitro for now. Can they actually kill him in the end? Yes, they can. They finally kill Nitro there. Salamon, meanwhile, he got caught with that ultimate, jumping in the midst of the fight, and he did nothing essentially. He goes down, Riptide's going to fall, and Sync Esports crushing this fight in the long run. I think a lot of that had to do with, honestly, Mint really picking a fight when they just weren't ready, especially with no ultimate on Salamon. That's never a good thing.
And Different Guy decided it'd be a great idea to go ulti the Luna, who was in the river, if I could signal, just away from the entire fight. Sure, he killed a Luna, but they didn't kill Corrupt Disciple, even though he was stunned. So, honestly, I'm really confused. Why didn't they just secure the kill on CD, and then, you know, there wouldn't be that much damage when Behemoth had used everything?
Yeah.
It just felt really off.
I mean, the gap has closed big time here. In fact, after a tower kill, we're going to be near identical here as far as the stats go. You see the goal basically getting to that point, experienced about 3,000 lead from it. We're talking about upwards of 10,000 in both of those categories just a minute ago even. So the melee Rax is going to fall now in favor of Sync, so just completely turning this game around in one fell swoop right there. Lord South Forest, he's going to have to fall back, trying to run away as the Hellborn team does react now. And they will at least pick off Moraxis. As the rest, though, I believe, are going to be fine. Any buybacks used? No, that was just all resurrecting there. So no buybacks actually used. But they obviously Sync got what they came for, and they kill Kongor, or they kill the Rax, excuse me. And they get out for the most part. Now they are going to do Kongor here on Mint's side, at least. But yeah, need that Resto Stone on Salamon, I think, is the big thing here before they can actually feel comfortable as far as really picking fights again.
My God, Kong is falling quick.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna, when they have this up, it's just gonna be like free reign for Salamon for a bit. But what I really like is the fact that Moira just picked up his portal key.
That's huge.
Her portal key. That's gonna be really big. He's gonna be able to counter initiate on Behemoth every single time, and it's kind of what they need from their dual support lineup, you know? They need to have one get some farm, and I mean, now they could even switch it that Bunny Lover gets more farm so he can get his Abyssal up.
Well, he just about has it. I mean, he almost has the Abyssal Skull, so
yep.
That farm's honestly working well enough here for both the supports in my mind. Having the portal key is pretty good priority on Moira, and then, yeah, an Abyssal Skull.
Oh, goodbye, Nitro.
Nitro gets caught here, though. And, yeah, he will get picked off quickly. No buyback onto him, so.
What is Empath doing?
Empath, not sure what the plan was there, but he goes down. And now Salamon, he's going to be forced to use his ultimate. Now, he's going to jump in onto Lord South Forest, trying to make some damage happen. You see Life Pool melting away, though, so he will get knocked out of that ultimate. He gets back in, though, and he is able to get the kill on a Moraxis. So, a little bit of sign there for Mint. Sync trying to really dive this tower, though. They want this kill on Proboscis, but he has a token, remember. There's a stun on the Corrupted Disciple. Moira will fall because of it. Riptide's here as well, but now Riptide, one more auto attack. He probably, too, is going to fall. Yes, he is. Tablet forward to help with that. Man, if Salamon had his second ultimate of Resto Stone here, maybe something could happen big there for Mint, but Sync was able to take advantage.
If Nitro just doesn't get insta-kill before the fight even starts, then, you know, Mint is looking good, but he's just out of position.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really need to get those counter wards up from Hellborn, and I think both supports have been slacking just because Empath was so close to his Abyssal Skull, and just because Moira was so close to the portal key.
This Corrupted Disciple pick, it's almost like been a very quietly good pick here, I feel, because like obviously Sync's winning these fights somehow, and they've climbed back into this game somehow, and yes, the initiation's been a big factor, the Behemoth, the Moraxis, but I think Corrupted might be even doing more than we're even realizing in these fights with that conduit at times. Again, it's hard to tell sometimes, but I mean, he's 6-4 and 7 here, 430 gold per minute. He's got a Frostburn now finished, actually, so clearly Sync's actually got something going here. They're feeling good about themselves. As things have really closed near identical once again. So all the portal keys too have been big. South Forest even getting his there.
That's kind of what Mint lacks with their draft. Like that's why I don't think the Riptide is a very good pick, if anything. Because it's just like he did well early game, but he's not like if they had a Magnus, for example, I think it would have been a lot better.
Yeah, more of the team fight presence, yeah.
Yeah.
And especially a better setup for Nitro, especially.
A better save for Nitro as well.
That's it.
Lodestone even, you know, just a hero that can actually stun in the late game.
No,
That being said,
there.
they do have the stun from Salamon, and they do have the stun from Moira, and of course Empath's Essence Link, but all of these are, you know, not the same, of the same caliber as a Magma stun or a Lodestone stun or, you know, Behemoth, Moraxis, all these heroes.
Yeah. Well, fair enough there. Salamon does have the Resto Stone, though. So he will have 2 ultimates now going into next fight. Ideally, at least. The staff finish on Nitro, as mentioned. Again, to clarify what the staff does, it basically makes the ultimate, when it explodes on somebody, it bounces that damage to everyone else. So that's essentially it, right?
It causes... No. What it does, it causes rounds to be released from the target you're attacking, and those rounds itself do 200 damage if they hit someone, and they cause any other heat rounds that are on other heroes to blow up.
Okay, that's what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually say on the tooltip, that's a bug, actually.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, but so essentially it makes his AoE presence, AoE damage, pretty powerful. That's the point.
Yeah.
So he's got that going for him now. So possibly can see it upcoming here. This is big, though. Yeah, South Force in the back on. Here we go. Going to be jumping in on him more right away. The Arcane Vortex, though, comes out. So one delay. South Force, Salamon in the background, meanwhile, or more so in the foreground up here, jumps in. There's the counter from Behemoth jumping in with a shockwave. Nitro's dead before you know it. He was really far pushed up there. He goes down, though. Salamon resurrects after the token. Uses that second ultimate here. Going to go back in. He will pick up the kill on Moraxis. Maybe Behemoth? No, Behemoth does port out in time. And now Salamon really by himself all of a sudden. Empath kind of nearby, but not much he can do. Salamon is going to go down there. And Sync, once again, really dominating a fight here. They are playing this so well. Now, Hax did buy back, actually. Didn't even catch that, but looks like Hax did die initially right off the bat there. But he bought back, and obviously it worked out. And look at that middle push now.
Yeah.
The creep wave.
I don't know. They only have a 1.3k lead, but it feels like so much more. And it's simply just because Salamon's gold is so inflated. Yeah. And I don't know, Nitro is just getting picked off. He's just in the middle of the Behemoth ulti every single time, it seems. So really that's credit to Zebe for being able to find him every time.
Well, see, that's the big weak point of a Nitro. It's almost like a Clanks, but, you know, Clanks at least has that getaway of the Hawk and then being able to fly over cliffs, where Nitro is just, sure, he can pop evasion, but that doesn't, you know, help with stuns or anything like that, and he still will be locked down fairly easily. So this idea of being a glass cannon, it's impressive with damage, but if you get on top of him, you can definitely kill him and take care of him pretty easily. And I think Sync has shown that in these last couple of fights. It was an impressive early game for Nitro. But honestly, these last 10 minutes or so, it has died off a lot as far as what its capabilities have been. So I don't know how you change that. I mean, if it's just making sure Moira saves the Arcane Vortex for her specifically, or they need to get a Storm Spirit or something. But yeah, clearly Sync's making that a priority, and it's working.
Yeah, they just... I think how Mint turns it around is, one, of course, Storm Spirits can be great, but really Nitro just needs a Shrunken. And this is why I don't really like the build that he's going with the Nullstone staff, because he doesn't really do any damage. Like, sure, he does the heat round damage, and okay, it does a lot of damage, I assure you, but it's not the same as if you were to go truly, you know, Elder Parasite, Shieldbreaker into Shrunken, because if the Legion team, the only thing that they can do to Nitro when he has those items is use a self ulti on him, because he can use his evasion and Shrunken at the same time, and then he's unkillable.
Yeah, true.
There's nothing that can touch him. And so in those situations when Behemoth jumps in, or South Forest jumps in, or they try to, you know, bring him down, if he gets the evasion plus Shrunken off and then manages to lifesteal, then he's golden.
Sync's done a great job, though, of their execution for sure. And they're looking like they may try to keep things going down here, almost trying to bait out Corrupted Disciple, it looks like, at this bottom lane. By the way, I just saw him buy a glowstone, I want to say. Again, I would think it would have to be a staff. It is a pretty good item on Corrupted Disciple, enhancing that ultimate of his quite a bit as far as the fire rate and additional targets and everything. So, and yeah, he does get a Mighty Blade on top of it. So it is going to, I was going to say, you know, maybe an old stone, but no, he is going to go the staff here. For sure. Moraxis, by the way, jumping Riptide. Here we go once again. Going to kind of base stuff out. Salamon going in the background in his ulti form, of course. Behemoth sitting on Nitro, though, once again. So here we go. Empath inside Nitro. Is this going to be enough? Vision comes out. He turns on Behemoth, gets that kill. And now Corrupted Disciple trying to chase him down. He can't, though. And all of a sudden, Corrupted is the one that has to run. You see the auto attacks from Nitro doing a lot of work. Salamon on him as well. And down goes Corrupted Disciple. Moraxis also going to fall. So go figure. Nitro actually lives in a fight, and all of a sudden, Mint comes out on top. As far as turning it, I mean, he really is the key in these fights. No doubt. Meanwhile, Lord Salforce jumping him, though, in the background. No, he decides to go for somebody else. And now Lord Salforce at half life all of a sudden. You mentioned Moraxis buying back. There's the Arcane Vortex, though. Nitro's got some good distance. Oh, he's going to run into Moraxis, though. He got tunnel vision there. And now Nitro needs to be careful about this, but he pops out Mouser. He pops evasion. It doesn't matter, though. The nuke damage too strong. And he will go down. So Sync. Sure, a buyback used, his final buyback, in fact, but they do win the fight in the end of it, especially with the kill to Nitro there.
Yeah, but you just see the potential of the hero. If he manages to survive at all, then he's just going to do so much damage. But, like, the build right now, it's just he needs a Shrunken, I think. I feel like he needs one, but then he has 3 defensive items, pretty much. Because I would say Staff brings quite a bit of survivability, and it doesn't really improve his damage that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game is remarkably even.
Yeah, it's the lead was bigger for Mint for sure early on, and especially with Salamon kind of finding his routine, it seemed like that this could have started being a runaway for Mint even. But Sync winning a couple of these big fights, again, making a high priority to jump Nitro especially, has been very clearly effectively working. And before we know it, we do have this kind of even back and forth game here. Now we got a sheep stick on Salforce. The staff on Corrupted Disciple is going to be coming up here pretty shortly. We talked about the impact of that and how it'll actually, you know, be pretty powerful amongst these team fights. So Salamon, kind of have stopped talking about him for a little bit, but he did go the portal key. I don't know if he mentioned it or not, but he has another 4,400 gold now saved up on top of that. So we'll see where he gets from here. I mean, it could be different routes, like Frostal Skull and Ultors if he feels that's necessary.
There's a lot of options for him, like he, as you said, the Ultors, but also even Demonic, you know, go for the really frontliner style, because, I mean, Nitro is doing some damage if he can survive, so a Heart isn't out of the question either. Or even a Frostal Skull to prevent himself from being kited. I personally think Frostal Skull is a great option this game, so that, you know, CD pretty much can't escape him with that increased movement speed, and then Moraxis, you know, I think it's just nice to have that added AoE effect.
Yeah. This Conger Pit area is apparently the place of fights here in this game lately, and understandable. Of course, Conger, as always, a pretty important figure in the game right here. But this time, not going to be a fight that breaks out just yet. He's only died once, I want to say, this game. So
it goes Sheepstick on Probusk.
On Salamon, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Goes the Sheepstick. Again, never a bad option, especially with a Resto Stone and a Portal Key on top of that. So it's a very crowd control based item here. But not that you know, it is kind of interesting though, because that also, again, he's really more, I hate using the term all-in-ish, but he's more about his abilities, relying on that, than he is as far as putting out just good raw damage. You mentioned like the Demonic or even a Frostal Skull would have allowed him at least to be able to right-click effectively somewhat. Speaking of that, okay, here we go again, though. They're going to jump on Force. There's that Sheepstick coming into play. He pops the Shrunken Head finally coming out of it, but he is so low. The Heat Round's doing work. Arcane Vortex. I almost want to say that might have saved him a little bit right there. And, oh, he is not able to get away. The Portal Key is not enough. Down goes Moraxis as well. Corrupted Disciple, meanwhile, was able to clean up on a Riptide, but now here comes
And
the
there's
second
the
ultimate
double sheep stick.
and the second sheep, and down goes Corrupted. So the sheep stick providing wonders there for Probusk, and the right choice. And a hat trick for Sasuke to finish it off. And now here goes Kongor. So it's back to mid, feeling good.
Shrunken is not necessary on Nitro, and players like to prove me wrong every single time.
Well,
but
if you notice the trend these last couple of fights, it seems like Mint's actually been getting the jump first. And that's kind of the biggest thing.
Yeah. So, you know, in the best case scenario, it would just be for him to go for a shield breaker and just deal damage that way. He is going to go get the token, which, you know, is most definitely the right choice. And he goes for the shield breaker. Yes.
You're like, thank God. They're making me look good here, yeah. No,
yeah.
That makes sense, exactly. That glass can, I mean, that's what Nitro really is, essentially. He's kind of the perfect example, really, of a glass cannon hero. He really is all about sitting back there, launching that artillery. And, again, that's where the gameplay, as we've seen, comes into play for Sync. They need to be able to jump him and get on top of him. They need to be able to get in first, essentially, is how it works. Yes, that's a lot easier said than done, of course. But it's how they need to win these fights, and that's been very evident with how this game has developed here. So they got the tools for it. It's just a matter of finding the right areas. You know, the vision's obviously important. Nice job countering a ward right there by Empath. She has that bound eye, so.
Yeah, that's a really big pick of this game, because honestly, if Mint can just prevent themselves from being picked off, they'll just have this in the late game without a doubt. Like, Riptide is supposed to be getting some more items, but he can go for those team items right now, making sure to just support his team in any way he can. And then you have the heavy hitting from Sasuke as well as Salomon, who still could replace the portal key with something, but honestly, I think the portal key is doing wonders with the sheep stick.
Oh yeah, the combo that he went for now, definitely.
And you look at the buyback situation, by the way. Mint has everything, and Sync has nothing, almost. Well, no, they have Slap 2, and Haxton 1, but Mick is out, and, well, I mean, once Behemoth uses a Shockwave, the buyback isn't that effective.
As effective, even, yeah. Yeah, no, the buyback's definitely favoring Mint as well, amongst everything else, so. Yeah, right now, again, it does feel like it's almost Mint's game to lose at this point, you could argue, in the stats. I mean, it's a slight lead. It's nothing amazing by any means, but a slight lead for them. But, yeah, I think a lot of it goes back to Corrupted Disciple as well, to be frank. Again, Corrupted's not really the late-game carry that screams like he's going to be able to take over the game eventually. He's that, you know, come the mid-game, and even into the late, he'll be solid almost like an anti-carry. But I think that's even what's more genius about the build that Salomon's going, is that he knows that Corrupted's going to be wanting to hit him with that conduit. So why even go that style of, I want to buff my auto attack damage? I'm just going to go all in on the ultimate, have the sheep stick even, as we see here. Not that this is very unique, but it does make a lot more sense this game even.
Yeah, but I mean, the idea with the Colders as well is that they have good initiation, and that's what we saw just now. Just the initiation was lacking so much because the only thing they have is a Moira portal key and a Riptide, you know, ulting through the woods, and that's not incredibly reliable.
Oh, Moira.
Yugabik almost finding someone. Yeah. But yeah, I get the feeling Mint is really on top of the game right now. They just need to take it slow, you know? There's no need for them to rush anything.
Absolutely. I mean, they do have the token for another minute 30 right here. But again, you could argue it's not like they need to really use this token to push here. I mean, we do have to remember they are down the middle rack, so that, of course, happening from earlier in the game. So it's not like this is a, you know, free win game here by any means for Mint, but it does, again, it feels like that they can be the ones to kind of control the pace, and even with being down to racks, they don't necessarily need to look to try to
rush
win it
anything
right now by any means.
And look at Busk, he's just farming and farming. He just got his post-haste.
Yep. And he's level 25, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
First one to do so, not a surprise.
Oh, top lane?
Oh, wow. Yep, South Forest.
Does
maybe?
he?
Yeah, he has to. Like, there's no way he doesn't.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
He actually managed
Shrunken
to get
use.
out. Yeah, I got the shrunken use at least.
So get the top tower now.
Feeling good about
I mean,
that. For him.
it's not like they used an ulti on Salomon.
True. I was wondering if he was going to right there, but yeah, he said it's not worth it in that case. So I had to save it. Understandable. Nitro. Going with that level 3 shield breaker. Haven't seen a fight yet with that shield breaker. So looking forward to that here.
And another 2,200 gold.
By the way, he has something on the courier, I think, but because he has the token, he's kind of keeping the courier close to him, though. The token is about to wear off right here. So we're going to see what he actually got here.
Yeah, I think it's support.
Just a homecoming stone? Okay. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see any jumps in his gold, so I was just thinking, yeah.
All right.
He just wants to wait to get back to base.
Brutalizer on Riptide.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, he's going to be able to keep Corrupt the Disciple in check, Salforus in check, and if anything, he should just go for the Frostwolf Skull now. Just so that he can slow down Salforus, because the way to, counter Salforus is to just keep him from moving around, and that can be done with the Sheep Stick on Probusk, or it can be done with Frostwolf Skull.
Up top here, interesting Behemoth. Okay, there's a Sustainer, so he is very close to that Resto Stone now. See, Zebe, though, is avoiding. Could have thought about maybe trying to make a play up here, but yeah, by himself, no he isn't. In fact, Salomon knows he's somewhere up here.
Salomon thinks something's up.
Yeah, if he just portal keys randomly over there, that'd be something.
That would really be something.
Nope.
Okay, but yeah, Mint is just content to farm away.
He's still, now he portal keys over here. He's still looking for him. If he did that 10 seconds ago, then he would have found him, but just a little too late. Presence of mind right there. Good attempt, though. Corrupted Disciple, yeah, 3,900 more gold saved up, so again, talking about what he may be going here.
I'm thinking the wing bow.
The wing bow?
Yeah, because, I mean, he needs to, I think he needs to get a little bit tankier than he already is. And the wing bow also provides some, damage.
Yeah.
A little bit. And 100 range on CD is not out of the question either, having only 475 range.
Yeah. Be beneficial there, so. Yeah, no, he's pulling up the gold. See what he decides in the end, though. Nearly 4,000 gold now saved up. 2,800 on Salforus, another 24 on Moraxis. Moraxis looks like he's going the Shrunken. We're in that phase of the game where you see Salomon, he's kind of been waiting up here, just like the Legion team is, though. They're both kind of waiting at this. They're letting the creeps kill each other while somebody goes out.
They're like, okay, someone's going to have to go farm there. And Behemoth goes out and uses a Fisher and gets out.
Yeah.
He's like baiting the, oh, well, here's Nitro. Coming to spoil the fun.
But it would be bad for the Legion if they try to jump Nitro.
If Moira's nearby, then Nitro is the best bait.
Yeah.
Simply because he can just jump in and save him from anything, and then comes in the Salomon.
Yeah, you saw Moira right there, kind of keeping them on their toes, having fun. Spawns the illusion and then does his combo on Corrupted Disciple, the stun and the Mana Sunder.
It's a great combo, though, having the global vision-ish with the Moira PK and having late-game carries.
Yeah.
It allows them to scout out Veiled Rot as well as just keep an eye on their opponents, because, as I've said, they don't need to rush anything. I do think that Salomon should let his team farm a bit more, because his item progression from this point is just get another Shrunken. Like, rebuy the Shrunken. And other than that, he could go Genjuro instead of the Portal Key, but I think the Portal Key is necessary for their initiation.
Well,
without the... Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
Rift
he
Shard's on
has one item slot here. He's got the Veiled Rod, so could get something else still.
Who?
On Salforus, I thought you were talking about, right?
No, I'm talking about Salomon.
Oh, Salomon, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Salomon was farming a lot. Salforus still can go Frostwolf Skull now, or Demonic, or Resto Stone even. Because he does have the Portal Key, Sheepstick, Shrunken, and Tablet. Double use of all those at bottom lane.
Boris gets caught. Is this a kill? He's not ulting, is Salamon. Wants to save that right here. And that's, oh my gosh, just a half second too late.
What a sheep stick though by Zlapt, making sure to get the Moira illusion.
I get why Probusk isn't ulting. I mean, again, you need to save it for fights, but man, that's all twice where probably would have had a kill if he just decides to ulti and go for it. But
I mean, he can at least use the ulti just, you know, to get that damage in, because I think he would have very likely died just from the, what's it called, the cleave damage.
Yeah. It is a lot.
But here we go. We have Rift Shards on Nitro, and he's only going to continue getting more farm.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We have not seen a fight yet since he's gotten the Shield Breaker, let alone Rift Shards.
Yeah,
so.
just imagine that. And now Busk is going to be going for the Genjuro.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I still really like the portal key though. Simply that he can initiate, because now they're lacking initiation again.
They are, you're right. Yeah, I guess the Moira's really it. Riptide, you could argue maybe he should get a portal key, but he's not a big like AoE initiator.
Like,
obviously,
what would he
so.
do?
Yeah.
What would he do with a portal key? Anyways, Salamon is scouting around.
Oh.
Is he going to be able to find stuff? This would be huge.
He's going to find
go.
him here. There's the opening. He has the little support coming. He does pop the ultimate this time.
And he's dead. The Jugobic actually with the last hit.
Oh, yeah, coming in there with the auto attack. It's kind of funny. That time, I honestly don't think the ultimate was necessary that time, go figure. But he could have tableted, though, done trunk in. It kind of does some funky stuff. So, yeah just be safe.
Good that Riptide managed to port the top to defend. And mid is being pushed in. That's like the one thing that they have going against them, that they're down 1 racks. So they really need to keep pushing this out, and you know they're kind of restricted in regards of can they take Kongor, can they take Legion towers, because those second tier towers from Legion are all still up.
Wow, they are, aren't they? Jeez.
They haven't even pushed that far.
They tried bottom, obviously. In fact, is that in deny range? It is. The bottom tower's been in deny range for a while.
Yeah.
Haven't actually denied it though. Not worth it. Kongor, again, this would be a 3rd Kongor kill here.
And I mean, they could have at least tried to get the, like, Riptide wouldn't be needed for the Kong. It could be Salamon and Nitro to finish that, you know? Or even Riptide and Nitro rather, and have Salamon go to the top lane to get all that farm. Because, or at least stop them from pushing, because they really just need to do something. But now it's too late, because now Sulforce is already up. And he is porting to the top lane, so they're not going to be able to stop Kong.
It just died so quickly anyways.
Yeah. Minus armor from Shield Breaker, also affecting Kongor, of course.
Yep, and you got the bananas now on Riptide. Well, they really... oh, they're going to find Sulforce, but he shoots the illusion actually first before it can make a play on him. Salomon's going to come up short as a result.
And the tower falls on top. Okay, and now with the token pickup, Nitro is feeling confident enough to go buy a bunch of items. Post haste and maxed out Rift Shard, so he's going to be hitting so hard. But I mean, if Behemoth finds him with that Resto Stone...
Exactly, that's what matters. It still comes down to the jump. Like the game plan hasn't changed, even though we're now 25 minutes later. Like it's still the same thing for Sync. Of we jump Nitro, we kill him ASAP.
And rerun.
We could still win fights very likely.
But is he gonna? Oh, what?
Wow, are you serious?
What? Did that just happen?
So wait, the Riptide Ultimate just went right past him. It didn't actually connect. It looked like it did. That's amazing.
What?
And the fact that he didn't even see him either, that is something. So Behemoth is going to be... See, that would have been... Because he doesn't have a buyback. Like, that would have been an amazing kill for the Hellborn team. At least a tower or two in this game. But happening to barely miss him.
Anyways, Hellborn side should still... Well, they don't need to push. Honestly, they can just keep doing this, because Nitro and... what's it called? Riptide are still not maxed out.
Yeah. So, I mean, on the other side of the spectrum, you do have Sulforce again. He's going to have his next tier So he's going to be ultimately full
I think
item
he's going to go
slotted here.
Resto as well.
Resto, huh?
Yeah.
Sheep alone is good. I don't know. Double Undying seems a little like not that great. It's good,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, but it doesn't seem worth a Resto Stone.
No, for sure.
So, I don't know if he can though, because I think they just need more just overall sustain damage. Like Corrupt is all they have right now in these fights.
Yeah.
So I think.
But I mean, if he can sheep targets and prevent them from doing damage, it allows Sulfuras to just keep using the Q.
He should get a Bloodborne Maul. Is he a hero that
Please
it makes
don't.
sense on?
No. He only has 2,400 life.
I mean, but he
Right
heals
now.
so much. Got that going for him.
Which is nice.
I think we should see a Bloodborne Maul. Top
Yeah.
tower goes down. They finally get a secondary there. The bottom, was that denied? Oh, no, that was killed. It was actually killed, so them not
New
denying
Shrunken. New Shrunken for Salomon.
it. Why
Man,
not?
this game is just like back and forth of Meraxis and Zibe hiding in random places and then going to farm the lane when it's pushed out by the Hellburn team.
This
And in the
game-
meantime, you have 2 carries just farming.
Yeah, this game could last a while. It'll last a while longer even. We're 54 minutes in about, and it would not surprise me if this goes another 20 minutes, honestly. Because it really is such an interesting spot for especially Mint, how you're getting that.
Okay, well, they're pushing the last tier 2 tower.
Yeah, they are here. They got the token on Nitro. None of these guys here. Oh, because Nitro is here, so. Yeah, that's where Nitro is a little weak. Obviously, when it comes to sieging
Pushing
a base,
towers, yeah.
his ballistic doesn't work against that, so he has to rely on Mauser, which isn't nearly as strong.
But I mean, it also has no nullstone and it does have token. So at least if Nitro dies, he's gonna be respawning back there, not at the tower itself. Okay, goodbye tower.
All right, they're going. Yeah, look at that. The Salomon aura activates it, and the attack speed's ridiculous.
They are going now.
There we go with Sync. They figure we got to make a play. Salomon dropping quickly. Salomon will fall right there before even the ultis. Meanwhile, Riptide also caught. You see Nitro, though, able to get some ballistic auto attacks off. He does have that token, remember. He's taking some good damage, though. He will fall. Is Sync going to be fine? Behemoth, he's staying dead. He did double ulti in that fight. They got to kill Salomon, but Probusk buys back. And again, he still has only one ultimate, actually.
What has he done?
They got Mauser. Are you kidding me? Wow, they got Mauser, so Nitro's dead, actually. He does buy back, though, and he's post-hasting in, and he gets here ASAP. So he's back, dealing out some ballistics there. But Salomon, he got too low. He has to fall back. His Resto Stone's not out for another 25 seconds, actually. And they're going to just retreat. So they got the racks, though, so it's still kind of a victory for Mint there somewhat. But having to use 2 buybacks, that was unexpected.
I mean, but what was that from Slaska using Mauser like that? That was just... like, he needed to wait for Probusk to be back. And Legion... Oh, man.
They get the bottom
Okay.
tower, yeah.
They're 10k gold ahead now, but... I mean... Legion team has free reign to just backdoor.
This is... This is really something as far as both of these games. And in the first game, Sync was up like 20,000 gold, 30,000 experience at a point, and it felt like Mint was actually somewhat in the lead, you could argue. Again, they were even up in the rack. So this is a very similar kind of game where Sync, they're down in golden experience. They've been now for a little bit, but they very likely are in every way of winning this game right here because of how it's playing out. So this is really turned out to be something once again. A demonic breastplate and full onslapped, as we're talking about. So it does have that now, at least for him and his team. Another 3,800 gold on Corrupted Disciple, who does have a buyback still, so they got that going for them too. Top lane, we could be seeing initiation once again. More going in, stuns Behemoth in the background. Riptide going into Meraxis. Meraxis is going to die. Corrupted Disciple, that wing ball. A lot of misses are coming out, actually. Nitro, he is feeling that right here. In the background now, Salomon going in with that Shrunken. He does not have an ulti. He does have Resto, though, if he wants to use it right here. There's the Sheep. There's the Resto. There's the ultimate. And Corrupted Disciple, Storm Spirit, it's not going to matter. He will go down to the end. Aluna's also going to be picked off, and the rest of Sync are in full retreat mode. So Corrupted does have a buyback, as just mentioned here, but they do get caught this time.
But Moira won that team fight, without a doubt. That was ridiculous. Catching that behemoth just gave complete freedom to Probus to do his thing.
Yeah, he had double ulti ready to go.
Yeah.
Shockwave.
And Nitro was in no fear of dying because, well, Behemoth was caught.
Again, it's the initiation. Like that's the Behemoth is the biggest focus of it all.
And look at how much gold Moira has. Is he going for a sheep stick?
Wow. A resto? Would that be interesting?
I think sheep stick.
Yeah, good to just get the sheep stick.
4,900 gold? My god.
Yeah, jeez.
Okay, Mauser is gonna get wrecked. But I mean, they just used on the end.
Oh, there we go. Double Shockwave wants to kill, but it's not enough. Yes, it is. It is enough with Self4 coming in to clean up. So the quick burst picks up the kill on Nitro. So once again, this time it's now Sync getting the quick kill on Nitro and winning this portion of a fight at least. As the rest will be fine, but we're not done just yet. Salamon, okay, never mind. Salamon is
Nitro
porting
bought
out.
back again.
Oh no! Why would he buy back? Yeah, he bought back and post-haste it in. That was really unnecessary.
Well, I mean, they could have taken the fight simply because there was no ulti on Behemoth anymore, at all.
True.
But now Nitro's going for a shroud.
Okay. Want to be able to get better positioning in the fights and allow him to help escape, you could say.
But Genjuro does not work on Nitro, like the slow.
It doesn't affect the ballistic?
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense because, yeah, it's not some actual auto attack, so you can't come out of it.
Although,
are you sure?
Like, it should.
If you Q coming, like, while you're in Genjiro, like...
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Huh. Interesting.
I think that's a bug, though, because Shield Breaker works.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm getting at. Like, attack modifiers in general, they do work, so... It feels like it should.
Yeah. It kind of makes the item a lot worse because the slow is just such a huge factor with the Genjuro. Okay, but the fact that he used both buybacks, that's really awkward.
Yeah, being out of buybacks in a game like this as a very, very crucial hero who, again, is the star hero in these fights.
She picked up on Moira.
And he gets that sheep stick. There we go. Who would have thought? Sheep stick on Moira, but hey, it's only 183 gold per minute. It's not like he's actually farming really well by any means, but he's obviously done enough here.
But why is Probusk still farming?
That's a really good point. You see, now yeah, like when he's pushing out lanes like that, I kind of get because other heroes aren't going to feel comfortable doing that. But when he's farming like ancients like that, yeah, it's that does seem a little silly. It's almost like because it's that muscle memory, it's just so routine to do it. But you're right.
At least he should be buying wards.
Really isn't a purpose at this point.
And this is why I like it so much with the Nitro as well, because I mean, they have the damage in case Salamon, reaches his peak like he usually does so early, then he has some backup. Okay, but what is the Hellborn team doing? Like, they're choosing to go defend again?
Well, they're rushing up top here. Oh my gosh. Actually,
but
Salamon's going to get caught first. He does have a buyback. He's dropping a half-life. He's falling right here quickly. He gets the ultimate off. There's the Arcane Vortex. And so some turn potential now for the Hellborn team. Nitro in the background sitting back here. The heat round's working. Look at the damage. The ballistics going off. It's doing so much. Salamon does end up going down. But down goes Behemoth. Corrupted Disciple just out of range right now. But Nitro in chase. Aluna, essentially 3-shot right there. She goes down. Nitro is going to have to guess. He is not able to. However, Corrupted does port out. So they do kill Salamon. He buys back. And now here comes a final push attempt. Not a final push, but they're going to push, I should say. Behemoth does have a buyback with one Shockwave ready to go when they do.
But they still have the token up on Nitro.
That they do, yes.
And bananas on Riptide, so yeah. Very big chance that the Hellborn team. Okay, well there's the buyback on Behemoth. They have to push now because they're out of buybacks on their carries.
Yeah.
Like this is the time, right? No shrunken on Salforce, no shrunken on CD for another 10 seconds, but they're gonna choose to go back. Oh man.
It's such a scary spot though. Like, yes, I
Yeah,
think there's good argument to be made that they should have pushed there, but they don't have buyback. So what if they
but
push right there and then it just gets stopped and then that is the game? So
it, yeah, but Probos just shouldn't use a buyback there.
no, I
It's that
agree. Yeah.
simple. It's just like heat of the moment. Sure, you think you might lose the fight. No, you have Nitro because they used everything on you, Salomon. So they are really playing so carefully by buying back, as weird as that sounds. You see where I'm getting at?
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
It's just,
It just goes back to the buyback itself. Just was a little unnecessary there.
same thing with the
Just
Nitro
good.
before.
Yeah, we mentioned. Yep.
I mean, if they're pushing base at the time of the fight, sure, because then you get the racks. But they got nothing out of the buyback. Other than force the Behemoth buyback, who's also out of buybacks now. But Zlapt still has 2. And Riptide still has 2, and the 2 supports on Hellburn still have 2.
Ooh, Empath jumping inside Salomon right here. They're going towards top with the Genjiro.
Invis Riptide.
Yeah.
They don't have an eye anymore. This could be a big pickoff.
Legion's doing a pretty good job of sticking together for the most part, though it's not giving them an easy target, and they are going to be fine. So, again, very good heads up there if I sink. Realizing everyone's missing. I mean, bottom and top, no one's farming it. So, yeah, you got to figure that mint might be coming. So, they play it safe. They play it correct. Double ultimate ready to go on Behemoth, the big factor here. How about Corrupted? I feel like Corrupted is almost kind of, again, we've kind of have overlooked him a little bit at times, but he has another 3,000 gold saved up. You know, he's been sitting on that wing bow for a while. He's obviously bought back twice, so that's hurt his gold situation too a little bit, but he could get another item here coming up, whatever it may be.
I mean, maybe even a Savage to allow himself to hit the Nitro when he's using Runaround. But, I mean, I haven't really seen CD ever go for Nitro in this game. It's
Yeah.
always been the Behemoth Moraxis and maybe the Luna Sulfuris, going for Nitro, and Corrupt Disciple is just dealing with the Salomon. But if anything, Corrupt Disciple should be trying to go for Nitro to reduce his damage, because with him the damage really does make a difference.
Yep, he's the one that. But that's where it's tricky though, because it's harder to do that. Obviously, Salomon's going to be in your face, making him an easy target, where Nitro's way in the background ideally.
Okay, stop using Mauser right now. Send him
Double
back.
damage on Nitro, by the way. So, yeah, he is using Mauser right there. They do catch more
Oh,
access in the
Moraxis.
background. He is melting away. He goes down right there. Arcane Vortex back here as well. Corrupted Disciple, he pops the shotgun. They got to go. Nitro going a little too far up, perhaps. Here jumps in Salomon, though, doing plenty of damage. Quick kill right there, and down goes Corrupted. And that might do it, actually, in favor of Mint right here, as there's a vote to concede, and just like that, GG, well played. Wow, game 2 will go to Mint, and they finish in a split series as a result of it right there. Holy crap. What a series.
My God.
Yeah.
Both games just lasted so damn long, and you just look at the time. The other series was supposed to start 44 minutes ago.
Yeah, it took a while here for this one. But it does come to a finish, and again, Mint the victor in the end. Both of the series, both of the games, though, obviously plenty of entertainment and a lot of just curious points for sure, but a lot of just where one team is ahead and it just feels like the other team kind of is almost making a comeback that could very likely be possible, but wasn't enough here. But definitely some unorthodox picks a little bit too. Yeah, see, this was the first time we got to see Nitro also in a non-priority carry role, and I think I like it a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
True carry.
It doesn't need to have that much space to deal that much damage. So you need to have a carry who can, do stuff with or without the Nitro, someone who really just, takes the main role of farming. Because if you rely on Nitro too heavily, because he's so easy to pick off,
Yeah.
it can also be your downfall.
Yeah. That was fun to see. So perhaps more of something like that coming up now, especially with it doing pretty well here. But anyways, that series over. So obviously a short break coming up here, but I assume we're going to be jumping in to our next series pretty quickly. Again, Sync versus